Whew. What's going on, fam? It's your man VACAY-J back with another event, family. This is the first reactions to the Shy. Man, oh man, fam. Like, just when you think it's just another regular episode, here they come with a mega surprise at the very end. Now, look, this is my first reaction, family. If you haven't seen it, go watch it, then come back, watch this video, and drop your thoughts below. Because, family, I'm about to get into it. Make sure you've seen the episode, okay? I'm about to get into it, and we about to talk about it real quick, all right? So, look, of course, we saw this coming. Right here, we see Victor and Tiff, and absolutely, they are slowly but surely becoming a couple, okay? We saw this coming a while ago. We knew it was going to happen, right? We knew it was going to happen. So here they are. And yeah, they look like a nice couple. I like them. I like what they're looking like. I like what it's looking like. And yeah, man, I like how things are going down with these two. All right. And yeah, it did come down to what I thought, which was a date. And then they finally gave each other a kiss. So, fam, I'm excited about these two. And I hope it goes somewhere. I hope my man doesn't back out. Because remember, Victor was on another level with a different type of woman. But it seems that he's into Tiff. And I hope that Tiff will give him an opportunity so something can happen. Right now, it's in the infant stage. And we don't know what's going to happen with these two. But I'm hoping that things go well with these two, right? I'm hoping, just a little hope. All right. So again, as we expected, yes, Alicia is monitoring what's going on. Now, again, she already gave Tiff the green light. She already gave him the green light, gave her the green light to, if you want a man's attention, I'd rather you give it to Victor, right? So, she already got gave her the green light, and I think she's okay with this for now. But some people are predicting that, yes, she wants Tiff to get close to Trig, aka Victor, right? Because she wants to utilize him to possibly take out Nuck. Because Alicia still feels like Nuck is the one, even though she popped that Reg the other episode, right? And hit Jamel, right? So we'll see what happens with that, right? I'm very happy to see Grandma Renee, played by Felicia Rashad. And I think she did an excellent job. She was that feisty grandmother. She was that no-nonsense grandmother. She was telling it like it is, And again, she's the grandmother to Kenya, right? We got a chance to see Kenya's mom for the first time, and Papa was introduced to Kenya's mom and grandma at the same time. And grandma invited him over for dinner. But yeah, grandma was getting on Pastor Zeke about dating a white girl. And that whole conversation and dinner was kind of spicy, was kind of wild. It was very, very to the point, right? To the point that it got, Papa like, hey, maybe I should go home. Maybe I should just leave. And it was like, nah, it's okay. It's okay. But it looks like Papa and Kenya may get back together because Kenya is coming back. Wasn't expecting her to come back, but she is coming back to the Shy, and she's bringing along Grandma Renee and her mom, right? So coming back to live with her mom, and Grandma Renee is coming as well. So we should be seeing more of Grandma Renee, and we should be seeing more Kenya. And hopefully Kenya and Papa, they do it right this time. They was like, yeah, you broke my granddaughter's heart. And he was like, I was wrong. I apologize. And Kenya was like, he apologized already. He apologized. But I think that, yeah, they want Papa and Kenya to get together. And I think Pastor Zeke, he's okay with that. I think Pastor Zeke is okay with that. And yeah, his little Padawan. But he's dealing with the whole, fact that his women church parishioners or whatever they call them, they're not showing up for service anymore. And that's because, yeah, he's messing around with a white girl. So, I mean, they breaking it down on some like, look, people have died because of that. People have died for looking at a woman, just like Emmett Till back in the day. So, grandma wants him to recognize that, yeah, we still got a racial problem in society. So they really got deep into it. It was a lot of God being messaged through this episode right here. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing more of Grandma Renee, seeing more of where this goes with Papa and Kenya, right? So yeah, man, I'm really excited. And again, I'm excited to see that Papa is back into his podcast, Papa's podcast. And he kind of wanted to address what was going on with the pastor dating a white girl. And Kenya and him don't really have a problem with Pastor Zeke dating a white girl. But of course, Papa's excuse, what'd he say? He said, Barack Obama's mother's white, so everything should be all right. I was like, I don't know if that's a good point to make, but you try it. Papa's trying to just get everybody to come to the level of acceptance, no matter what color you are, when it comes down to love and it comes down to relationships. But we'll see what happens with his podcast. But I'm glad that he's back in action. I'm seeing more scenes with Papa, and they actually are giving him more of a purpose now. And if Kenya's going to be the love interest, then I'm down for that too. I'm definitely down for that too. All right. So as we move on, of course, we're talking about Jada. And Darnell absolutely is having a hard time with this. Darnell took his son to rehab, Damian. He took his son to rehab or to counseling, for gambling and stuff like that. And down the hall at that center was a grieving session going on. So Darnell went into the grieving session. And that's when we see Wendy. She shows up, and we also see Karrueche Tran, right? And Damian goes into the gambling session where, they're trying to help people with their gambling problem. And when Darnell goes into the grieving place where they have a meeting, he meets the character that played by Wendy. I thought it was kind of interesting that Damian actually met Karrueche and in his gambling addiction class, and he was kind of, making jokes like falling out while the person was talking, and Karrueche Tran's character, she's laughing at him, being all cute, and they start talking, and then they start flirting. Next thing you know, they in the bathroom getting busy. I'm like, what? Okay, Damian, you know what I'm saying? Damian just smacking cheeks in the bathroom and all of this and that, right? And turn around, they do it. It's over. And she's like, yeah, so what is your gambling problem? Oh, I bet on sports. He's like, what's your problem? What's your gambling problem? I'm I bet on how fast I can get a dude to F me. I was like, oh shoot. And then she turned around, give him his number, give him her number, and then she walks out. I'm like, wow, this is gonna be interesting. Let's see if we're gonna see more of Karrueche Tran's character, but yeah, she definitely did her thing. But back to Jada, back to Darnell. Darnell talks to the actual counselor there, and she was like, the first time you're here, why are you grieving? Is your person gone? And how long has your person been gone? And he's like, well, my person is still living. So she's like, oh, so why are you here? You trying to pick up ladies now? He's like, nah, I'm not trying to pick up ladies. He's like, my wife, Jada, she's about to leave Earth. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. I assumed. And, they were kind of having a good conversation. Here comes Damian like, hey, Pops, I'm ready. He's like, don't you see I'm talking, boy? Don't you see I'm talking to the lady, right? And then Damian notices it says grieving on the door as far as the meeting. So they leave, go out to the car. And this was so like, man, it just hit me in the heart, man. Hit me in the heart. And Damian's like, yo, why was you in the grieving meeting place? Like, what's going on with that? And he Had to tell him. He had to tell Damian at that point that Jada is sick and that Jada is dying. And he just kind of broke down, and Damian had to kind of, comfort him at that point, man. It's just wild to see. And Jada is just kind of like coming to grips with the fact that she's about to be gone. Like she's just like, we just gotta enjoy the time we spent together. And that's all we got. All we can do is enjoy the time we spend with each other. So I know Darnell, he's feeling it. It's not easy for him. But turn around, this boy Damian bets again, but he bets with the wrong person. This guy, I'll get to it. I'll get to that because then that'll lead me to the ending. So let's keep going. So yes, we're talking to a person who is dealing with the administration or whatever the case is, or she may be a publisher. This is Professor Gardner's person here, and she read the book, and he's trying to get her to hook Bakari up, but she's looking at the grades. She's like, Bakari is not doing too good with the grades. He's not doing good with this, that, and the third. And she's just telling Professor Gardner, like, look, I know you are on it. I know you trying to help him out, but if you're gonna move him forward, if he's gonna represent you, you're gonna have to lean into him to do better when it comes down to the grades. She says she read his book and he needs more growth. And he's like, yeah, I know that. So, I think this lady's just gonna press him and really just kind of be on some like, yo, Bakari got to do better in order for me to want to work with him and push him forward so he can get the book out and go to the next level. He has to represent you the best way if I'm going to represent him, So that's what that is. So let's get to it. Damian, which we thought was Bakari because of the cut and it was the back of his head, Damian turns around and makes a bet. Now, again, you got Hannibal there. They're watching sports. He has an addiction to sports. And they're talking about Michael Jordan. So Damian, he's great with the numbers, right? But Reg and Damian going back and forth of who knows Michael Jordan the most, right? So Reg is asking Damian questions. He's like, yeah, so how many points did Michael Jordan have here? And how many championships? And Damian's getting it. So Reg is like, yo, I bet you 5 racks that you ain't going to get this last question. He's like, I bet you I will, right? Hannibal's like, don't do it, man. I was like, don't do it, Damian. Don't bet. You said you was trying to stop the gambling, man. He's like, yo, I bet you 5 racks. What, are you scared? As soon as you say, well, you scared, that's when Damian's like, okay, I'll do it. It's like, boy. And then he asked him the question of how many assists and how many rebounds and how many it is in this championship game. And he got one answer wrong as far as the steals. Instead of 5 steals, it's 3 steals. And he's like, you owe me 5 racks. It's like, dang, Damian, once again, you betting, but now you betting with a thriller. Reds don't play. He said, you know what? I want my money by tomorrow. If you don't have my money, I'm going to F you up. I'm like, dang. So this guy, Damian, goes to Dom. Dom gives him 1,000. He goes to Bakari. Bakari gives him 1,000. And then he goes to Jada. And it's like, man, he told Bakari, man, I got to go to my pop's wife, man. She the only one I know that has it, man. He's like, yo. And he spilled the beans and told Bakari that Jada's sick. That's not his place to tell. He just be snitching and telling everybody business. So he told Bakari she's sick. He's like, yo, I'm sorry she's sick, man, but you can't go to a sick woman that asks for money. So, of course, Damian has no shame. He goes to Jada and, he basically says he has no other person to go to. And, man, Jada's looking sick right now. She's just kind of like on her way out. And this dude asks her for the money, man. And it's like, bro, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, I don't want my father to find out. So she goes into her stash, gives him some money. She's like, yo, you got to stop this, bro. You got to stop this. He's like, I know, I will. Right? So he gets the money, but he goes to Reg. but he's coming up short. He's probably coming up $1,000 short because he only got 4,000 instead of 5,000. Reg turn around and beats up Damian. Beats him up bad, right? Hannibal's sitting there watching, and he finally stops Hannibal because Reg was just going in, hammering Damian in his face. It's like, dang, man, like he's beating him down to the point that Hannibal got to hold Reg back, and then Damian runs out the door. When he runs out the door, he's now staying with Emmett and Keisha. So what does he do? He goes home, and Emmett sees what's going on. What the hell happened to you, Keisha? He calls Keisha. He's like, what happened? What happened? Who did this? Who did this? He's like, Reg did it. Now, again, Emmett is not asking why. He's not asking, why would he do this? What would he do this for? He's just mad, like upset. At the same time, he was drinking a lot earlier when he spoke to Victor, because Victor told Emmett that he's kind of dating Tiff. So out of respect, he did that. So Emmett is kind of tipsy. He cleaned up the house and all of this and that, told Keisha to go upstairs. He would take care of everything, put the kids to bed. So he was watching the game. Here comes Damian. And Damian's bloody. Reg did it. Reg did it. I'll be right back. Keisha's trying to stop Emmett. Emmett, don't go. Don't go. You drunk. I can smell it. He's like, take care of my brother. I'm going to go take care of this. Emmett runs over. He says, where's he at? At Jake's house. Like, man. Emmett runs over, bro. And he runs over to Jake's house. Knocks on the door. Pushes himself in. And he starts wailing on Reg, right? Wailing on him. Bow, bow, hitting him in the face. He's like, Emmett, stop. Emmett, stop. Because he knows who Emmett is, right? Reg knows who Emmett is. Man, this dude had the strap in his back. He pulls out the strap and he busted on Emmett. And I was like, yo, this is the surprise ending I was talking about. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. He popped Emmett, man. I'm like, no freaking way. Big surprise, big ending, last scene of the episode. I'm like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. He popped Emmett. Now, again, he popped Emmett in the top shoulder, right on his chest. So hopefully it went right through. And this is not the end of Emmett, but the fact that he popped Emmett, this is going to be a major, major problem, family. So this is my first reaction. Family, drop your comments below. Let me know your thoughts on this. I'm still in disbelief. I still can't believe that Reg popped Emmett. Emmett is still alive. You know, his eyes are still open. It's not like it was just a unalivement shot, as they say. But yeah, man, this is it. This is it right here, man. Like, fade to black. Emmett got popped by Reg. So the Shy is turning up, because for Reg to come back and to pop one of the main lead characters on the show, oh yeah, we're gonna see what the repercussions are for him popping Emmett. Family, let me know your predictions. Let me know your thoughts. Is Emmett gonna make it? Right? Are they gonna take Retribution out? Right? Is Darnell gonna get involved? You know, like, what's gonna happen next, family? You let me know. Drop your comments below. I'm gonna definitely check out, the trailer for the next episode. But family, this was a shocker. I'm giving this one a 9. I'm giving this one a first reaction 9, family. Drop your rating below as far as this episode. This right here lets me know the Shy is heating up. They heard me. They heard my video. They heard what I had to say. I know I didn't want the Shy to implode on itself. So now they stepping it up. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. Family, I appreciate you for watching. Absolutely. Check me out. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're here for the very first time. It's your man, VACAY-J. And yeah, this is my first reaction to the Shy. Family, it's heating up. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, salute.